All right, you see what I'm going to do now? I'm going to first of all switch the camera to the right hand, and with my left hand I will use the rail handle, and we're heading to Church of the Garden of Gethsemane Church. It's a totally surprise. I was supposed to take the bus like a prince straight to Mount Zion, to the room of the Last Supper. מה שלומך? There's a traffic jam, and maybe it's better to walk all the way to Mount Zion instead of taking a bus from the Kidron Valley that divided Jerusalem and Mount of Olives. No, sorry, I need to. I don't know if you can hear. I heard the shofar again at the southern wall of the temple, the main entrance from the time of King Herod, from the time of Jesus. In a regular day, it's slippery, and you can imagine how slippery it is today. Then please be careful when you're doing it, even in the mid of summertime. Now it's not cold anymore. It's hot, I'm sweating, but still it's raining. It's something that I don't understand. I don't know. I know that in your summertime it rains in a lot of places. Here it's not. You usually have the main rain ends at the end of March until the mid of November. And we are at the end of May. Then, I don't know if the garden will be open because I don't know what's the time now. It's very close to 12. But if it will be on the way, let me talk about what we might see. And thanks God that my shorts are covering my my knees. Now it's less slippery. Then, in that case, you saw where Mount Zion is. I was talking about the room of the Last Supper, which is the room of the Pentecost Day. It's Pentecost now. Pentecost Day, it's Sunday. And Jesus was there having his Last Supper. For most of us, it's Passover. For some of us, it's a day before Passover. And he told them that he will die tonight and he will resurrect in about 3 days. First of all, they didn't understand the idea that he's going to die. Let's start with that. Secondly, I can see a little bit of the church of Garden of Mary Magdalene Church. It's the beautiful garden. I've been there a few times, but it's closed. They will kick them out. It's good because now we do have our place. Then he went back to Garden of Gethsemane at Mount of Olives. Let's start with Garden of Gethsemane. Gethsemane, it's in Aramaic Hebrew, the place that you are pressing olive fruit into olive oil. It's usually the lower part. I mean, think about it. Carry all the fruit upstairs. It's crazy. And because it was a very important site, it usually was covered with a wall to tell the people don't go in. Not only because it's my property, because to press olive into olive oil, it's a secret thing. Oh gosh, it's very slippery here. I'll do that slowly while I'm talking. Then if Jesus entered here, it means that, or I think it might be that he knew someone here. Sounds like that? Good, so not good for the knees. And that's why you can understand why I'm actually taking a bus or a taxi up to Mount of Olives, and then walking to the Kidron Valley, standing down, which is easier. Then Jesus came with 3 of the disciples, and he told them to pray. We are talking about midnight. They ate a lot. They drank, according to the Jewish tradition, Passover, you must drink 4 glasses of wine. And he told them to pray with him. But they fell asleep 3 times. The angel came with him, and he was with him. You are the Alpha and Omega. And at the end, Judas came and kissed him, and that's how the Jews and the Roman soldiers knew who is Jesus, and they took him from there to the high priest's house, which is at Mount of Olives as well. He's selling umbrellas. That's nice. Then he took him to high priest's house, and then to Caiaphas, and you know the story. The Via Dolorosa, the way that Jesus walked with his cross with him, the passion, the agony.
We're looking for Mary Magdalene.
It's to the left.
It's
But I'm not sure. No, it's here. Actually, it's here, but I'm not sure that it's open. Then,
okay.
Yeah,
then
most of the time
it's closed. Yes.
Okay.
Then check here.
Church of Ascension.
Oh,
this is far. You have to
Yeah.
walk quite a bit
Quite
up
a
on the
bit.
mountain.
to your left side you can see the altar of the church. It's a Catholic place, but everyone are visiting that place mainly because it's the most important site here. The first church was built there at the 5th century, and it had been destroyed. The second church that we know about it is only from the 12th century, from the Crusader time, but the church that you will see is from 1920. Then it is a new one, but the most important story is above it. I'm so happy that I brought myself trousers that covering the knees, because you have to cover your knees and shoulders when you're entering the church, a church in Israel. About a WC, remember Dominus Flavita told you to use it, because usually the only toilet here are closed. Then, as you can understand, without it, you won't be able. Then, don't think twice at Dominus Flavit. Jump into the restroom. As my mother said, if you go there, it will happen. And guess what? It's happened. Then, this is the entrance to the gardens, and you see it's still open. You will see the most important trees. That's where Jesus was, in a way, walking, and that's where the disciples fell asleep. Another thing, when you are entering the church, excuse me please, don't stop at the entrance, mainly because everyone are doing it, and the best pictures will be from here. See, I'm the only one now.
So they went.
Okay.
So they went.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Especially when it rains. It is amazing. Oh, can you hear the bell? Now you know that I'm right. From here, you can see the eastern wall of the temple that we saw from Dominus Flavit and the Golden Gate. That's where Jesus will enter to the city when he will come back again. And that is according to Greek Orthodox and Catholic, where Anna and Joachim kissed each other when they heard that Mary, the mother of Jesus, the blessed Mary, will be born. Guess what, my dear? Carol and George, I'm carrying your Bible with me, and here you do. We give lots of videos. Surprise, surprise. Oh, posing. I love that place. I love that place. Then let's enter in, if they will let us. In the city, in the church, I won't be able to talk. Oh, I will talk quietly. But what I want you to see, When we'll go in, you will see the domes from the inner part. Every dome was donated by one of the countries that built it. That's why it's called All Nation Church as well. And for me, I prefer to use the Agony Church or Garden of Gethsemane Church. And then you will see a 4th century mosaic floor. It's covered with a glass. And if the altar will be open to us, if there won't be a master, and they will let us go in, I will enter to the bedrock that Jesus was praying next to. If not, there's another option for us. It's a little bit dark, Agony. Let's go in. You can see the domes. We are part of the story. We are part of the garden now. Fourth century mosaic floor. Let's enter to the bedrock. It looks like they're going to start a mass now. Judas case. It's not the end of the video. Then, oh, only 40 minutes? What's happened? I think it's been all right. I hope that I took the video, because now I can see that I took only 14 minutes. Mainly, maybe it stopped before, then I will add it into one video and cut it later on. So the eastern wall of the temple. Entrance of Garden of Gethsemane, and later on I will go there to show you the facade of the church. Then stay a lot. Don't go, don't disappear. The trees.
So I wait here for you, okay?
I'm sure that someone checked how old the trees are. There are so many rumors. One say 300 years ago, one say 1,000 years ago, but no one actually said 2,000 years ago, from the time of Jesus. Excuse me, please. I want you to read it. My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. From Matthew 26:39. This is the two natures of Jesus in one sentence, the divine and the human. But that is not less important. Wait a minute, I cannot see from the video. Oh Jesus, in deepest night and agony, he spoke these words of trust and surrender to God the Father in Gethsemane. In love and gratitude, I want to say, in times of fear and distress, my Father, I did not understand you, but I trust you. And this is the most important thing. Now you can see old trees, very ancient, very old. And you can see here a new tree, only from 2014, sorry. Franciscus, our Pope, lay Pope, actually planted it. Oh, sorry, our Pope planted it in 2014. And you can see how small is that tree. And there's another tree to see here from 1964. That time, at 1964, that was part of Jordan. But before that, remember that I said that I do have another option if we won't be able to bless ourselves inside the church, or if you're not Catholic, then here there's another part of the bedrock that goes all the way to the altar. Then usually Greek Orthodox, Orthodox, and even Protestant are blessing themselves there. São Paulo, 1964, planted that tree. It looks big, isn't it? But compare to the tree that you saw and the trees that you are going to see now, this is a baby tree. Don't stop. Please stop here to take another picture with the Dome of the Rock, the site of the Jewish temple, and the garden. And you can see how small or old are those trees. They're harvested in October. I do have videos of it in my Holy Land channel, YouTube channel. Then don't miss it. Garden of Gethsemane, the end of May. It's rainy, it's crazy, it's never rain in the end of May. For pilgrims, Catholic pilgrims, if you're here for a mass and you don't have a place in the church, the group will be taken to here. But I want to cross the road without dying, and this is funny to say, it's two-way road. It's a two-way road. And please be careful when you are crossing it. Then this is the second part of the Garden of Gethsemane. Actually, there's a group there. To here, you cannot enter unless you are a Catholic group. And the disciple forsook him and fled. Oh. Sad, isn't it? Then this is Garden of Gethsemane. It's a beautiful church. It's an amazing story, very important story for the Christians. Then don't forget to subscribe my channel and send that video on my channel to all of your friends. I want to reach, if it's okay by you, if it's still humble. I want to reach to 200,000. I want to spread the rumor of the Holy Land to all over your friends. Then send the link of my channel to them. And if you need some answers to your questions, I'm here for that. I will try to answer any question that I know the answer of. Thank you very much for being with me.